Bunny ears, here's some advice, and... Ooh. Ancient golems. Guarding the spirit graves. Well, that would explain their purpose here. Although some of these are statues. And so, I couldn't destroy them even if I wanted to. You're kidding, right? You really want to take that on out? Did you just see what? Yes, this is worse than I thought. Carl Canoneda versus a burning wicker man. Let's see how far we can go before it snaps back. Yes, I might have to rethink my strategy. Oh. Only that far. Yes, this could be a problem. I need to come up with a strategy that works, and I suspect, like with the fire giants, Torment will be needed. Although it appears that this furnace golem is weak against fire. Shame that I don't have any pyromancy. because that requires labor. And I don't really have a lot of that. No, this strategy isn't going to work out. Clearly, whoever was in charge of creating this has taken that into consideration. I see someone over there near that site of grace. I best talk to them.
Greetings, I am Carl Cannonletter.
Fie, another. Treading the heels of Miquella. Then, as that woman would surely say, we are in our purposes well aligned. But understand, your kind are not forgiven. The Earth Tree is my people's enemy. By Marika long betrayed. Set aflame. I believe Miquella's apologies when he says our delivery will come. But never will I see your kind as worthy.
But why follow the path of one of their demigod children?
And yet my oath I cannot overlook. If Miquella it is whom you would seek, then comrade, allow me to give you this. These are the sites of the crosses I found. I urge you, follow after Miquella. As long as you abide by his footfalls, you will be no enemy to me.
Thank you.
Clearly something terrible happened here. Something so terrible that those from the lands between are treated with scorn in the lands of shadow. Well, based on the trailer, it was truly devastating. And yes, Miquella abandoned his physical form, which explains why it's lifeless, where Moog took him. Clearly the war that was written out of the history books. Left an indelible mark on any that survived. As for that bonus golem, I need to consider my options carefully. Yes, the shard spiral. Something that's useful against larger opponents. Just to be on the safe side at best, have this bubble on me. I really need to jump. Oh! Why did you... Oh. Right. Bunny ears, make sure you jump when they're about to stop. Okay, either this one is extra tough or magic-based attacks are not working. It could also help if I aimed for somewhere where it caused the most damage. Oh! Okay, let's retrieve those runes without getting burned alive. Because, well, in case you've forgotten, it requires over 200,000 to level up now. Yes, this furnace golem is quite clearly a tough opponent. And I doubt that the Shard Spiral will help out here. It seems to be more useful against those that have a large length rather than a large height. Right, another Site of Grace, so I best use this, refill my flasks, and then make another attempt. Or I could not refill my flasks and then make another attempt. Well, one of those two, so... Yes, somehow I don't think a longbow will help out here. Oh, I guess if you want to make sure that there's a limit of how far away from the patrol area the furnace golem can go in this direction. And yes, it's clear that the large tree on the horizon is the Scud tree, the so-called shadow. Yes, that one. I wonder what that bloke that despised the lands between would say if he found out that I've killed Marika along with most of her children. I suspect the opinion would change compared to the first one. Of course, he doesn't need to know that I'm with Ronin. who's some, well, who is one that would, or rather has, created a barrier between the outer gods and, well, pretty much everyone. Clearly these outer gods are more trouble than they're worth. Right. Let us do battle against the Foulness Golem! Seriously? Night Maiden's missed? Yeah. Somehow I don't think this will work. As it will take more than the... Ah, so... Torrent isn't needed to make the jump. But it does make it easier. Yes, I suspect that it'd be better if I just hit it a lot with my weapon. It'd probably cause more damage, and also cause it to stagger. Yes, that. Much better. Oh yes, that. Oh. Right. Time to bring Torrent back. Yes. Hitting it with my melee weapon. Starting to look much more appealing right now. I knew it wouldn't last. I knew that it would be only a matter of time before you made a mess of things and you lost over 100,000 runes. That's around half a level up. And believe me, we will need all the level ups we can get. Considering what we've dealt with regarding the Furnace Golem. Oh, I see you want to test out other status elements. Well, if they fail, you're better off using the get the melee weapon and hit it a lot until the Furnace Golem is taken down. Although if it's anything like the ones encased in metal, interesting choice for a melee weapon. The Hand of Millennia. You'd better not show that in front of any followers of Vigor. Considering that Millennia is his sister. Seems that this one is resistant to poison. Well, considering that it's burning, so any poison would be burnt out. And freezing would be like saliva. Yeah, so hit it a lot is the best way to go here. Oh yes, I did forget the Flask of Wondrous Physique. And why did you make me dismount? And you did it again. Because mobility is the key to this fight. As the thermos golem, like any golem, is quite short of that. So let's not make the same mistake as Saruman. And underestimate the large thing made of food. As for those who have either read or seen Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers and Return of the King, will know how that ends. I don't yet have all of the story within the realm of shadow, or lands of shadow, or whatever you want to call them. Ah, good. Critical hit time. Okay, this is a good time to dismount. Ooh. That hit hard. Keep doing that! You're on the right track. Yes. I like the Hand of Millennia. Now there was someone who gave me a good fight. Yes, I've had to figure out what works and what doesn't. And what worked in that fight was a lot of bleed. Something that she was most weak against. So I suspect why furnace golem has a limited control area, which will make it snap back whenever it goes too far. Likely to minimize the risk of key NPCs getting killed, and also to minimize cheating. And I've done that at least once. I won't deny that. Well, I call it fighting smart. Ooh. Something new. I'll look into that later. I believe there's an option to prioritize newly acquired items in the options. NetMoverSitan, please switch that on. Yes, please don't fall to one of those, as that would be quite an anticlimax, considering that it took a few attempts to figure out how to deal with the furnace golem. As for that lake, or that large enough body of water, now that was almost as bad. Okay, before doing anything else, I would advise you to reorganize the spells. Yes, so that you can use those that you feel will benefit me. I can't believe you got me killed to a dog after the furnace golem. I wouldn't be surprised if at least one of those watching this was laughing their off. Well, I've killed most of them. And I've also killed Marika. And Radigan. Yes, Mesmer and Mikola are still unaccountable. And Mikola is no longer corporeal. Ow! Rani, well, she's beyond their reach. So ghost flame incantations are used here. Ooh, a painting. Those lead to goodies. Yes. Okay, I just need to find wherever this place is, and wherever this place is, it's clearly not in this open area. Ah. Let's do some horseback fighting. And these use fire. How unfortunate. Mobility is not their friend. Right. Time to deliver Rani's Dark Moon. Yes, this should be fun. Yes. Rani's Dark Moon goes boom! Ooh, new weapon. Must keep exploring. Must find more to find. Some of it might even be useful. I know, it's almost an obsession, isn't it? Right, let's see what we have here then. Let's see what's in this chest. Blade of Mercy. Let's see what that is. Ah yes, a backhand grip. That's why it's called a backhand blade. Yes. The Blade of Mercy is clearly not a weapon, as it would look small enough to be a dagger. Ah, right. Attack power of each critical hit. So, largely useful for those who can parry or guard counter, or backstab. Let's see what else is hidden here. Yes, time to go shopping. Right. That's clearly a bit too far, and... Ooh, another cookbook. That means more for me to make. Oh! Yes. Feel the power of the Hand of Millennia. Even though I'm unable to drain vitality from my enemies with it is still quite powerful. Well, the main reason why I'm unable to do that is because I'm not a rock deity. Which might explain why only she was able to do that with this weapon, as its power derived from her, not her weapon. Also, am I the only one that's noticing this? That of all of the children of Marika, the only ones that have omen horns and other signs of the Crucible are Morgoth and Moog. And those two were children of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, who I also killed. As in one who, in the end, went all wrestler on me. Either that, or he went, Godfrey mad, Godfrey smash! Which suggests that the omen likely was inherited from him. I say this because of the other two unions, such as between Radagon and Renala. In those cases, those three demigod children did not have omen. For a start, Rykard was what he was because he was eaten by a serpent. Radahn was like what he was because of the rot inflicted on him during a battle that caused Kaled to be a wasteland. And part of the blame in that case is Malenia's, due to her spreading said rot. Rani was able to escape that because of a convoluted plot involving an assassination, separating herself from her physical body, which is hinted to have the red locks of Radagon, likely a curse given to him by the Fire Giants for being an active participant in the war against them. And then we have the union between Radagon and Marika, which could be considered Sweet Home Alabama, as some would say in your world. Miquella and Malenia. We're on the trail of Miquella, and as for Malenia, well, we know how her story ended, don't we? And the irony was, it's because of Morgoth's cursed sword, which was imbued with blood flame, which made her bleed, and she hates bleeding. Well, hated bleeding as, well, she's now dead. Yes. Godfrey having some connection with the Omen would at least explain why Morgoth and Moat were, well, had the Omen affliction on them. Now, if Mesmer was another child of Marika, it's unclear who his father was. Then again, Melina is unaccounted for as well. Could there be a connection between the two? Ah, good. At least now I have some form of map of this area. And have a reference point. Now, what to do next? Yes. How about investigate this part of the map? the dark crimson flames around that dog. This is likely Mesmer's doing. And considering that the shield is good against magic damage rather than fire, I'd best deal with this quickly, while also avoiding falling to my death. Then I can head towards the church. Yes. Churches usually have something useful. And I tend to find out what.